Hey guys, in our previous video, we saw how to create a custom connector in Power Automate to connect to Gemini API, and we also saw how to test that custom connector. We passed a sample body and we tested it and we got the response. So today we will see how to use this custom connector in a new Power Automate flow. So let's get started. So I'll just start this flow with a trigger. So I'll go with a manual trigger. So idea is to get a trigger it manually for now and get some input. So I'll call this as my prompt, and this is where I'm going to pass my prompt. So the idea is to pass a prompt, capture it, and pass it to this custom connector LLM connector which we created, and to get the response back. Okay. So the next step is going to be compose. So here I'll try to capture the input which I get from my previous step, which is the trigger flow. So I'm gonna use prompt. Okay, so this is what I'm going to get from the trigger. So whatever prompt I pass, I capture it in the compose, and then I'm going to pass this to my custom connector. So we have this custom connector Gemini API already created, so we are going to use that. And let me select the body, and we know the input would be in this format. Last time when we explored, we already know like the input body for Gemini API will be in this format. So we have content as array and then part array, and within that we have the text. Okay, and this is where we pass the actual prompt. So if I look into the body content, you will see it gets into the hierarchy, right? So I see part and then text. So this is where the actual prompt is passed. So I'll put a slash dynamic content, I'll say output. So basically I'm capturing the output of compose, which is nothing but the prompt which I pass over here, right? So which is captured by compose and which is passed on to the custom connector, and that is captured over here. So this will be the input prompt for the API post request. Okay, so now let me save this, and we'll just quickly run this to verify if we are good until this step. Okay, so it should ask for a input, since we have configured input over here in the trigger. So it is asking for the prompt. Let me say what is LLM in 10 words. Okay, so let me pass that as my prompt and run the flow. Okay, so we see the flow is success. So if you could see here, this is the prompt which we have entered, and that is captured by the compose here, and then that is passed on to the Gemini. So here in the Gemini input, if you see, so this is the input we have passed, and if you look at the output, this is the response we got from the Gemini. Okay, so here you could see the output response. Okay, so now, so we are going, so we have got this as the output, right? See the entire portion as the API response. So now we are interested only in this piece of information, the content within the text. So we'll see how to pick this content, and we'll see how we can store it somewhere, or how do we visualize it. Okay. So now for now, let me copy this entire output for reference. Okay, I'll keep it over here. As you could see, the output structure within the body is we have an array called candidates, followed by content, and there is another array called part, and then within that we have text. Okay, so we have to flatten this and we have to get this portion out. So let me go back I'll continue editing it. So now I'm going to add another step, which is select. So using select, I'm going to fetch that text alone. Okay, so as we know, so here we are going to pass an array. Okay, so as we know, there are two arrays, right? Candidates and parts. So I'm going to pass this array as my from, and then I'm going to fetch this text. Okay, so the first portion is candidates, content, and parts. So now let me put a slash, insert expression, dynamic content. So I'll see all the outputs from the custom connector. I'll select this parts. Okay. So I'm going to fetch all the details until this portion, content slash parts, which is this array. And since these are arrays, there could be multiple values, right? So in our example it is one value, but if it could be multiple. So if you could notice, automatically it has added a for each loop, and it is going to iterate through all the items in the array, and it's going to fetch this portion, okay, till this portion, the parts. So let me add this as my from, and here I'm going to capture the text item. Okay, so after parts, all we are really interested in getting this text. Okay, so I'm going to get that text, which is item text, and I'm going to map that to a field called response. Okay, so I'm capturing that and I'm mapping it to this field. So now you could see it has automatically created a for each loop, so which is going to iterate through the array and fetch all the list items for me. And now finally, I'll create a simple CSV table here to capture the output of select. Okay, so for here, the input is going to be the output from select, and I'm going to say column. And here we have two options: either I can create a custom column, I can give some name, and I can uh, fetch whatever details I need. I can do it that way, or we have another option called automatic. Okay, so for now I'm going to select automatic, so that it automatically maps the fields whatever is available, and it's going to create a CSV out of it. Okay, so let me go ahead and test this out. So it should ask for a prompt. Let me say what is LLM in 10 words, run flow. Okay, so we could see all the steps are successfully passed. So now let me see what is the uh, visible inside select. So you could see the input for select is the text portion alone, right? The response we got. And the select statement has captured that, and it has mapped it against this response field, and this is the value we get. And now if I look into the create CSV table, I could see the output of my CSV. So it has successfully captured this text response. So now that we are able to pass a prompt, and we were able to pass it to the I mean get a prompt from the trigger, and we are able to pass it to the Gemini API, and we were able to retrieve whatever the information we are interested in, right, out of an array, and then we are able to successfully capture it over here. For now we are passing the prompt manually, right? So in our next video we will explore on how to pass this prompt dynamically from Power Apps, the and then run this Power Automate flow, and then get back the response back into Power Apps from Power Automate flow. Hope we got some basic understanding of a custom connector and how to use it in a Power Automate flow. Please do let me know in the comment section for any clarification. Thanks for watching.